walked off. She'll see whether anyone's on there. There we go. Just trying to log in, see if anyone's on there. Got nothing coming up yet. Technology. One watching, that'd be me. How is everyone going? Well, we've been on the road for 7 weeks, I think. And, 7 weeks tomorrow. Annie wants something. She's going to walk in camera. Say hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Just waiting to see if anyone comes on. Hi, Grant. How are you? I just seen the comments there. Hey, Terry. How are you, mate? Mark Lavelle's on there. How you going? So, yeah, we're at a camping spot. Going to stay here for a couple of days. And can everyone hear me? I just got me ear things in. Can you hear me and see me okay? Just let me know if everything is working. Morning, Jack. How are you, mate? Loud and clear. That's good to hear, Susie. So, yeah, what's everyone doing on the weekend? We were driving around yesterday, going through just into Queensland from the back of New South Wales. We went through Barraba. Oh, we're not in. Actually, we're not in Queensland yet. Sorry, just made a mistake. Just as well, Annie's the navigator. I have no idea where I am. How's that? I thought we were. We're still in New South Wales, so we're down in between Tenterfield. We're still about 60 k's from Tenterfield, and we're just out of a town called Deepwater. So we're at Kookaburra Camps. I think old Bob and Kim stayed here when they were coming up to the Legends Camp. So we've been here. We stopped here about 2 years ago, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I was going to do a video on this place, and that was actually the footage that Jasper ate up the SD card on, so I never got it done. So I might run around today and do a bit of a clip about this place. It's only like $25 a night. They got showers here, toilets, firewood, everything you need, and beautiful, peaceful setting out the back there. Hey, Lukey Reed, how are you, mate? Who else is on there? I'll catch up with a few more people. Grant's on there. Have you stayed here, Terry? You been to this one? Tim Ryan's on there. How are you, mate? Yeah, no, we've been thoroughly enjoying our trip away. We were listening to Macca this morning for a little while, and he was talking about driving through Victoria, through Wagga Wagga and all those places, and just talking about the canola fields and the wheat and everything growing down there. And it's absolutely amazing. It's been one of the great pleasures of our trip so far is driving down. We absolutely loved driving through the back area of Victoria down to the Great Ocean Road. It was really nice weather when we were travelling down to the Great Ocean Road, but once we got there, the weather turned absolutely horrendous and had all that cyclonic winds. I think Lukey Reed was on his way to, yeah, Ballarat. It was bad too. Annie didn't want to be on the video, but she loves giving comments over off the side there. Guess what she's doing now to me? I'll read some more comments. Susie, we're up getting more kick-ass gear, saw Rob. Yeah, I was watching a video there last night. Clayton put up, and they got some new lithium batteries coming out, 230 amp hours, and they're real tiny. So I am really interested in that. I'll be definitely checking those out because not that we've had any dramas with the battery. We've only got 135 amp hour in the Caravan, but it has been performing tremendously. Like it's fully charged again this morning. We're basically only using it to run the fridge, and we've got a Dometic 80 litre, I think it is. I might be wrong, in the Caravan. And I tell you what, it is so economical. I cannot get over how well it runs. Like it hardly chews any power up at all. So we've been really impressed by it. I've got a freezer. It has a removable freezer, so I've been using that. And we've also got a little console fridge in the car, which I've turned up to a freezer. So we're using that as a freezer as well. I didn't bring any other fridges with us. I took my 45 litre Engel out of the back of the car, and we've just been using the fridge in the Caravan. So we haven't had any trouble. Yeah, the shop in Corinda looked nice, Steve. I can't remember which one that was. If you're talking about the shop I showed um, yesterday, that was in Bingara, the Roxy Theatre. So I would have loved to have seen more of that because they had voting. Well, they had voting here yesterday in New South Wales, and they were using the Roxy Theatre as the voting station, so they had all the poll booths set up in there. And right next to it was this beautiful old cafe, and you swear it came out of the 1930s. It was exactly like it would have been in the 1930s. They had all the old booths, the timber booths. When you used to go into a little cafe and they had separated timber booths, and they had like a little radio at the back part of it, and you could flick through and tune in a radio station or play some music or something like that. This is exactly how it was. Real Art Deco, had all the Art Deco, like, the lanterns that had like a lady, like the Statue of Liberty, with LED light and everything, and they're made of bronze or something like that. They had all those in there. Absolutely amazing. You've been inside that building, have you, Jack? Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Like that was one of the great pleasures of driving through some of these outback towns, is checking out all the old buildings. One of the things that wasn't so great was all the buildings in town that were vacant. A lot of these small towns have the shops have closed up. There's hardly anything, as in like retail stores. You have a coffee shop or a little bit of a bakery, but we even noticed butchers, all sorts of things being closed up, which is really disappointing. A lot of them just had memorabilia in there from the town, but the towns themselves were really trying to promote tourism. Like we've been doing the silo art run. We've done just about every silo in Victoria. Uh, I think we've only got like three left, and I think we've just about got a fair few of them in New South Wales. One in New South Wales, and he's given me commentary over there, and we've only got one left in Queensland, I think. Yeah, that's what they were saying, Terry. Since COVID, that's what really sort of broke the horse's back. I mean, they said they were going great, and then COVID hit, and a lot of the little shops shut up. We did notice that in Kingaroy ourselves. Like a lot of the shops in Kingaroy uh, aren't open again. Like they have like accountants and things like that, real estate agents. But as for just the little clothes shops and the little takeaway shops and things like that, it's just horrible. The car place. I've seen so much, guys. I'm going to have to go. I've taken so much footage as well. Like I've been trying to film everywhere we've been. So I thought I'll do a quick live feed this morning because I know Buck has got a big announcement tonight at 7 o'clock. I hope everyone's going to tune into that about a new camp up that's happening. So make sure you all get on there at 7 o'clock tonight. I'm sure he's still celebrating the Cowboys' wins last night. I'm not because the Sharks lost, but good on the Cowboys. Yeah, thanks, Tim. I'm trying to read the comments as I'm talking as well. I'm glad you're enjoying our trip. We are thoroughly enjoying it. We're not looking forward to going back to work, but we needed a little bit of a break, and we thought we'll come back to this camp. We absolutely love it. We had The horse come down this morning and tried to eat me pancakes. I was cooking up pancakes up there on the barbecue behind me. Yeah, I think there is a song John Williamson wrote. Yeah, Duncan's still here. Terry, he was down here yesterday. Just come down, got the money off us, and yeah, like I said, $25 a night. You got to have cash, so make sure if you do come to this campsite, you bring cash with you. But and also cash for the firewood as well. So, and there is a bit of an honour system here. If no one's here, there's a box here to put it in. There's a box to put the firewood in as well. Yeah, Dicko's Destinations is on. Yeah, I'm all good, mate. Yeah, just count down the days. I think we got 2 weeks left. So
2 weeks tomorrow.
have a drink. My throat is getting croaky. Yeah, 2 weeks tomorrow. We're still got a little bit more travelling we're going to do. We haven't finished. We're not heading home yet by any means. Even though if we jumped in the car, we'd be home this afternoon. Uh, we're going to travel out around Texas. Have a look out there. We've never been to Texas, so we want to head out that way. But we really wanted to come back and check this place out. And
We did a 300 or 400 odd detour, didn't
yeah, about a 300k detour to here. But we're really happy we did because one of the roads we come up on yesterday when we left Bindra, it gave us two options on roads to travel, and one of them was the highway, but then there was sort of a back road highway, like not the highway, but it was just a back road. It was all tar, but it was. Don't ask me the name of it. I don't know. And he just programmed it into the into the GPS, and it was a really good road, a little bit hilly in places. But we went past this old historical site, and Annie will remind me of the name of it now because
it?
Mile Creek Massacre. They had a memorial there, and it was absolutely amazing. It was to do with back in the 1800s, some stockmen slaughtered 28 women and children, and on a property out there, and they put a memorial up to acknowledge what happened. And I'll tell you what, it was very moving walking around reading the stories because they got a little track you can follow, and it was part of Australia's history, not a good part of Australia's history, but it was really good to just learn something that we didn't know. So that was something that was unexpected, but if we didn't take that road, we would have never known it was there.
Well, we
So
weren't going to take that road, and then we just
you want to come over here and you can.
no.
And he's giving commentary over in the background there. Yeah, Texas. Yeah, I've never been there. I don't. What's to see out there? What's to see in Texas? They got oil wells out there and stuff like that. Like, but I put a bit of a video up the other night too and showed Terry and Phil and Rob. We got a bit of a chat group and showing them some of the footage from one of the silos we went to, and it was actually at Corindi. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't the most fantastically painted silo that we've seen, but the town has really gone above and beyond in putting the display up on the silo. They've got this movie that runs for like 30 minutes and they shine it on the silo and they tell you all about the town, all the industry out there, what you can see, and they tell you some of the Aboriginal stories from some of the elders that founded the town. My auntie still lives in Corindi. She was born there. She moved back in later life, and she took us around and showed us a bit of stuff. And I don't know if you've ever been to Corindi. It's nestled in a big valley, and there's mountains all around it. And Corindi, the name Corindi actually means nest in the hills. So that's what it was named after. It's actually called Nest in the Hills. That was something I didn't know. Yeah, Rangers Chuck Norris, Texas Rangers Chuck Norris. Yeah, but yeah, black gold. Yeah, oh, Mike's on there from Old Fellas Travels. How are you, Mike? How's Barnsey? You haven't left Western Australia yet. What are you going to stick around and do some more gold detecting, or are you heading back over here, or still getting your vehicle set up? make sure you get on to Old Fellas Travels and subscribe to his channel. Old Mike's a great bloke. He was going to come to the Legends event, but he couldn't get there. Just I think he had a few dramas, changed his vehicle around and stuff like that. But Mark Lavelle used to go to archery up in Corindai. Yeah, Corindai is a great little town. I couldn't get over how like most of these small towns we went into when we were traveling around, they are all just fantastic little towns. Like, and some of the coffee shops and pies and things like that. I had a few pies. We try and find bakeries and stuff when we go into a town. We try and find something like a fridge magnet or a stubby cooler or something, just something that we can purchase to remember our trip and hopefully support the town. Old fellas, yeah, all the above. Yeah, so yeah, Mike's gonna looks like he's gonna hang around and do a bit more gold detecting. I'll tell you what, Mike, we went to Sovereign Hill in Ballarat and had a look around there and watched a gold pour. They did a gold pour when we were there, absolutely amazing, and they had gold there in the you could buy as well. So I thought about buying one and then doing a video and saying I found it or something, but I wouldn't have been game to open it up because I would have lost it. Can't believe you missed SUNY, my hometown. I'll have to look that one up. Any
What is it?
SUNY, S-O-O-N-E. But oh, there's so much you miss. Like I can see why it would take. Yeah, you could spend over 12 months traveling around if you've done everything properly. Like when you're traveling like we are, and you're on a time
But we
frame.
spent 3
Uh,
days in Victoria and
you've got to sort of make sure you use your time wisely. Otherwise, you can just get caught up in doing things, and the day goes that quick. Like we're sitting around here this morning, and it's 10:30 already, and won't be long before the day's over. So I thought I'll jump on here now, do a live feed. I'm charging up my drone batteries and my camera batteries. I might stick the drone up here because it's pretty open out here. I put a bit of a post up last night because I was watching on YouTube there last night. There's a bit of a stink over in America at the moment because the Senate has just voted to ban DJI, the sale of any new drones. So they're worried about China using the technology to get information from their army bases and stuff over there. So apparently they're voting on it, and it's passed, or the first legislation's passed. So it's not going to stop anyone flying drones or using old drones. But what it will do is make it hard to get parts for older drones because they're no longer going to supply them. And I was looking at some of the, and when I was looking at it, because when I turned my drone on, it actually said you need to update your stuff, and it sent me to some questionnaire about on CASA, the Australian mob, and there were some rules there that I didn't realise you can't fly your drone at night. So I won't be doing that anymore because I don't want to pay the fine, especially if you stick it up on YouTube and someone sees it and says, "Oh, they're going to bloody fine you," because if you put the evidence up there, well, then they've got you. So I'll be careful about stuff like that. Apparently, the reason is if you fly it at night and the drone actually fails or something, you got less chance of seeing it, and it could fall and hit someone, or land on someone's vehicle or something like that. So that's the reason. And so, and also, flying it over people. I always knew that, but there's lots of rules like that. But the wind's just starting to come up again. They did say it was going to blow again today, so hopefully it doesn't get too windy. Yeah, Terry, they're changing their rules all the time. I didn't even know too, like those FPV drones, like the ones DJI, Avita, and all those. technically you're not allowed to fly those unless you're flying them inside or you've got a license, uh, a club license to fly them because uh, apparently you have to have uh, a proper license to fly those because you're wearing goggles. I know they are easier to see out of, but you're not meant to fly a drone where you can't see it. And with those sort of FPV drones, you're actually flying them further than what you can see them. So that's the rules with those. Yeah, put glow sticks on it. Well, that was one of the questions. They said, "Oh, drones have lights that flash on them and that," but apparently, when you're flying them at night, especially if you're in a city area, there's all sorts of other flashing lights. So that's the reason they don't. Yeah, who knows? We can only go by what they tell us. They always have all these rules and everything, but yeah, definitely a beautiful spot here. Annie's just going to put some weights on the awning because the. I'll tell you what, that breeze is cool. They said something about there's a cold blast coming back through. We got up in Barraba the other morning and it was 0 degrees. There was a frost outside, and I'll tell you what, it was bloody cold. I think Edgy said winter was over, but it ain't over yet down there. So just trying to catch up on some comments too. But everything's been going great with the van. Anyone got any questions? But we haven't had any dramas. Everything's working, nothing's broken. Haven't run out of water. Jack, we only had to fill the water tank up at Corindi the other day. We had one completely empty and the other one was three quarters empty. So we topped them both back up again because most of the times we've just been using it for drinking water, washing up when we've been off grid. But even where we're at a place like this, they've got beautiful showers here, so you may as well go down and use them and save your other water. So we haven't really run out of water. Power hasn't been an issue. Uh, been charging most stuff up with the car. What's Eddie tapping me on the head? Yeah, she's just tying the awning down a bit behind me. The wind was blowing it a little bit. How do I go towing the van with the FJ? No trouble at all. Um, it's I'm using about, I reckon, on most of the time 16 to 20s, depending on, because it was a little bit hard when we were towing down through the centre, like out near Weeper and places like that, and because you got long, big open plains out there. There's no trees, like it's just all desert ground, and especially out near Broken Hill and places like that. And the wind was gusting at like 65 k's an hour. So I'm driving along, and the FJ is getting blown just about off the road. I went over there on the FJ on my own one day because the air conditioner, there was a little fuse in the, because we were staying at what's those lakes, any? Can't think of the name of the lakes now. Wilkenya, and I had to drive over to Broken Hill to pick up this little fuse part, and the wind was gusting at like 65 k's an hour. And I'll tell you what, I wasn't towing, and the wind was nearly blowing me backwards because I was going into the wind. And when you're towing a van, that affects your fuel economy. So, but if I'm not in any sort of windy condition and you're driving on normal roads, I get about 16 and a half, 17s. But if it's really windy, I 20, maybe 22s. But yeah, I've done over 9,000 kilometres on this trip so far, so nearly hitting 9.5 now. So it'll probably be over 10,000 by the time we get home again. But yeah, fuel's been great. FJ's been going great. I had one hill yesterday. We come up, it was a range on one of those back roads. That was probably the only time that I noticed that it really slowed the old FJ down. I was sitting on about 2.5, 3,000 revs and about 65 k's all the way up once I got near the top because I just couldn't get any more grunt out of it. But yeah, you just take it easy and drive to the conditions, and it was no dramas at all, because the van's so light, 1,400 kilos, but I have got both water tanks full again, so you got 200 kilos there and all the other stuff you carry around in it. So I reckon we're probably sitting at about just under 2 ton. So I'm still way under the towing capacity of the FJ. The FJ can go tow 2.5. So yeah, no dramas at all. I'm just trying to catch up on the comments. How's the puppies going? They're good. They're just sitting in the sun here at the moment, Terry. They're doing their best to find every bit of roo shit, cow shit, you name it. They're trying to eat it. So the horse come down this morning, like I said, when we were standing there, and decided it wanted to try some of our pancakes we're having. But Jasper and Winnie didn't know what to think. And he's tying the awning down because she doesn't want it to blow away. But yeah, no, everything else is going great. The only thing that's not going great is my holidays are getting shorter and I'll have to go back to work. But got to pay the bills. So yeah, Victoria is. I just thought he was talking about Victoria there. I absolutely loved Victoria, but I mean the countryside. We did a lot of the back um, areas in Victoria, but absolutely amazing. I mean, I understand it would get really cold down there, so I don't know whether I'd want to be living down there in the midst of winter. But the time of year we were down there, it was fantastic. Apart from the wind, but yeah, really loved all the little townships and all that around there. So looking forward to sharing a few videos with you. But hopefully this wind doesn't blow too much here, or I won't be putting the drone up anyway. So, but they did say chances there could be wind and maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon. Jennifer Gee, I just noticed your name on there. How are you? Everyone else must be sleeping in today. But yeah, no, if there's not much else, I don't think I can tell you. Everything else seems to be going great. Like I said, FJ's going great. The van's going great. Enjoying the countryside and just not enjoying thinking about going back to work. But you got anything, Annie? Yeah, Annie wants the lotto numbers, but I'll see if I can pick the camera up and just show you a little bit around here. So there we go. I've got to spin it up. I got it on the little gimbal. I'll spin it down. There's the doggies there. Annie's dropped the phone. But I can't read your comments now. Yeah, I wish only a few years ago, Jack. But yeah, beautiful little campground, isn't it? So you can sort of find a really good spot to stay in the roos. There's wallabies around here everywhere. And there's a horse that runs around here. There's only about 4 people here. I was talking to a bloke down over the back there. Sorry. Yesterday, he's just retired, ex-army, been in the army for 20 years, and he's travelling down to Western Australia. But Harry's going great there. There's Harry. A bit dirty, needs a wash. So does the FJ. But you can see the clouds coming up. See ya, Mike. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, great little spot here. It's real farming, sort of sheep farming country around here, around Tenterfield and Deepwater and cattle. But I got to clean the windscreen on the FJ. Have a look at that. Look at the bugs on it. That happened yesterday. I did have it cleaned. but I'll have to get my window replaced when I get home. I forgot to mention that. Have a look at that. This is our first day of travelling after we left Cabar. I copped a rock right there. As soon as I got over into New South Wales, got a rock there, and the window has slowly cracked all the way down and across through the centre there. So, new windscreen coming up. I didn't worry about replacing it when I was away because I figure if I cop another stone while I'm travelling, you only get one free one a year. So, I'll wait till I get home and I'll get it replaced. So, but I don't know. That's probably about it, everyone. So, I'll see if I can spin this camera around. There you go. Justin Dillon on there saying g'day to Luke. But yeah, that's probably about it from Kookaburra Camp up near between Tenterfield and Deepwater. If you're ever around here, make sure you check it out. It's $25 a night, just off the highway. Absolutely amazing little place. But thanks for tuning in. I'll probably see you on Buck's live feed tonight. So looking forward to hearing about the new camper. But cheers, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye, everyone. I can't see your comments now, so but appreciate you all coming on. Cheers.